It took me just a second. I hope y'all heard me. I was saying hey to uh, Tim Mitchell, Sharon, my Rose of Sharon, Pops, Gary Spikes, Keith from 1675. Keith, you know I love you, buddy. I love all my friends, female and male. I just think the world of you. Thank you so much for joining me. Um, I didn't want to miss anybody. You know, I always go back to the top to make sure I didn't miss anybody. And I try to do that, but it won't go up. So maybe I could try the down button. Anyways, um, but so far I've got Dog and Keith and Sharon and Pops and Melissa. Hey, darling, how are you, beautiful? Thank you so much. You're so precious. Tonight's show is normally, as you know, uh, a little bit of this and that, things that cross my mind. And hey, Roger, how you doing, buddy? I'm so glad to see Roger Blair with us. And anyways, but I was basically had something on my mind, and you know how I do. It's in my opinion with Celena. Um, I wanted to say that it's normally a Bigfoot show. Y'all know that, and so I have Southern Belle Bigfoot, which y'all need to go and watch because it's getting better and better, especially the interviews. Now, not me, but my puppies. I love my puppies so much. They're my babies with fur. So, but the interviews are really, really special. So y'all go check out the interviews that I have done with people, and the interviews we have lined up are awesome. So y'all make sure. Oh my gosh, Cody Dale graduated today. They're all grown up, Melissa. Oh God, I feel so old. Anyways, um, let me see. Um, I wanted to make sure, see, it's very important to me to tell each and every person right now in chat. I know you have a life. And hey, Sharon, God love you, sweetheart. Uh, y'all just all mean so much to me. And people says, Lord, how does she even know who we are? You know, she's just talking. But if you just knew my heart, you'd know that I love everybody. I wanted to wear this special bracelet. I actually only wear two bracelets. That's my pearl bracelet and this charm bracelet. And I want to thank my Aunt Carol. The older you get, the more you realize that things are like gold. And to other people, they may be junk, but to me, they're like gold. So to my Aunt Carol, she knows who she is. I'd like to thank her for this beautiful charm bracelet, and I'm going to wear it with such pride. I'm so proud of it. And Sharon, hey Sharon, and so we have a Sharon Guy and then a Sharon. I call her the Rose of Sharon. Anyways, tonight, if y'all will notice, I am. It was all I could do to curl my hair and put on my makeup because I knew the subject that I was discussing. Because instead of it being about Bigfoot, if you're a man and you're wanting to hear about Bigfoot hunting, this is not the show to do that. That comes on Sundays at 7. This is, in my opinion, with Celena. Hey, dog. And so, love all y'all. You know that. And all you got to do is call me. You know that. But, come, or you won't come up here with Mama? She must know Mama's nervous. Anyways, it was basically something I wanted to just ask women. I wanted to ask women, and I knew that even if a man was to run across this channel, you know, he may think, oh, it's a woman show, you know. And in my opinion, with Celena, sometimes we'll have it'll go back and forth between things that might catch a man's attention or might not. Well, let me just tell y'all, these are things that I think is important because they were important to me for so many years. I'm going to tell you, and people tell me, especially one in particular, my teacher, Tex, all the way from Texas. He's helping me with my computer, as you know. Sassy, hey, sweet Sassy, Debbie. Anyways, but Tex told me when he first started going over my computer stuff with me, and like I said, it's been on the phone, and I'm trying to learn quick as I can, but still there's things I don't know. And thank you, Gary Pops, Gary Spikes, you're awesome. Thank you, and Sharon, and just y'all all know you mean the world to me, especially moderators that are watching my back so people are not ugly. But anyways, tonight I want to tell you, and which text told me not to. He said, Celena, be careful. Don't give out too much of your past information or your information. But y'all, when something is on my heart, I have to tell it. And so, oh, we're here for you and the puppy dog as well. Thank you, Keith. I could read that actually without my glasses. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Keith. We love you and here to support you, Celena. Sharon Guy, I love y'all. Every one of you. Lord, don't make me repeat that. Y'all are gonna make me cry. But anyways, the reason I wanted to reach out is I wanted to say these are secrets that a woman never tells. And if she tells them, usually it's a last resort because she's so good at hiding them. Well, I left school in 89, 2 months before graduation. So I had to go back and get my GED. I married at the age, as soon as I turned 18, I married. Anyways, and a lot of people's like, oh God, it's boring already. And so I just felt like I just had to have that companion. That, now this is not, like I said, Bigfoot show comes on Sunday on Southern Belle Bigfoot. So if you're not interested, I understand. But anyways, I just felt like I just had to have a partner, somebody to just be there with and to just, I didn't want to be alone. I don't know if it was a psychological thing or, I don't know what it was. I can't explain to you what started out, but I started marrying, let's just say, at 18. Anyways, I was, what do you call, so far head over heels. First marriage, couldn't wait for them to get home from work and literally would cry, like during the day, wanting them to come home from work, Anyways, we got involved in church and then it started, strange behavior, And I was going to a school up in Georgia, still in school, trying to finish. This is before I got my GED and realized that I wasn't any better in Georgia in class than I was Alabama. But anyways, I didn't stay in Georgia but about a year. But anyways, was heading, let's see, I was heading upstairs. And like I said, excuse me, I was 18. It took all I could do, I'm not kidding, to put my makeup on and my hair, to fix my hair, because I had a hard time. I'm more nervous about this show than anything I've ever done, I believe. But anyways, I think it's because it's personal stuff, and it's stuff that's making my hands shake right now. But anyways, so I was heading either upstairs or downstairs. And remember, I thought he hung the moon. I was 18 and just married. And found out, of course, in the apartment across from us, the girl that went to school with me in my grade was seeing him. And I remember after the crying fit, I went into a crying fit because it took many years, and I'm 54, it took many years to get any kind of backbone whatsoever. So up the stairs I go, and he's at the top, and he kicked me back down to the bottom of the stairs. Now, if y'all know anything about apartment buildings, they're pretty steep steps, and they don't give you much room. Anyways, I called Daddy, come and pick me up from Georgia, brought me back to Alabama. I still wasn't satisfied. I was back and forth like a yo-yo. I thought that I could change people. I thought that they loved me so much. Sharing, guys, Celena, we understand. We all have been there. And take your time, Keith. Y'all, you and Keith and Sharon, I love y'all. Anyways, and so I thought, I went back and we got involved in church, and And I thought, oh my gosh, you can't get no more happy than this. And we brought the youth group to our apartment. We were so involved. And right in front of the whole youth group, he slapped my face. And I was just, what do you call it when you go, instead of reacting, like getting mad or something, you just go like you're a little girl that got just scolded by her daddy. Anyways, so that was my first time, ever going through some domestic violence. Well, I again, wanted to move on, and so then I remarried. Now, this one, uh, he just loved to work out, and he was a, what do you call a block mason? Real huge, muscular. I mean, there wasn't a muscle, that you couldn't see on this fella. Anyway, just muscles. And anyways, and so I tried to do every day by 3 o'clock. And I know this is all personal, and I know Tex, being my advisor and teaching me how to do my computer, he's going to whoop me for giving this information out, because he's going to say I gave too much personal information out. But Tex is on my mind, and I'm going to do it. But anyways, and I appreciate you advising me, but this is something I feel led to do. And this is what, in my opinion, is going to be about. It's not going to be a Bigfoot show. That's on Sundays at 7. Anyways, so I married this man, and every day at 3 o'clock, I just knew, because I had already been through all the being hollered at and being dead asleep and being woke up, screamed at, and, so I can't have any noises or anybody wake me up and surprise me or anybody shake me or anything like that. I can't sleep like other people. Like it, if I hear a noise, I'm, especially when somebody touches me to wake me up. But anyways, so I just went through carpet burns on my face, carpet burns on my shoulders, dislocated shoulders. This is not pity. Know that, because the woman then is not the woman now. So please don't think this is pity. And if I shed a tear, it's because I'm fighting through this regardless. Anyways, let's see right quick. I don't want to miss anything important, and I'll continue. My first husband was like that also. Broke my nose 3 times, I understand. Sassy Debbie, hang on, sweetheart. I love you. Just hang on. I want to hear everything. Whatever you want to say to me, I'm here. And I wished to goodness, I don't care if it's public or not, I wish to goodness that I could have felt close enough. These days, when I tell my older sister something, she says, what? I didn't know you went through that. How come we didn't know you went through that? They don't know the half of it. Keith says, my first wife changed between the chapel to the reception hall, 9 years of hell. Keith, tell it. You don't have to use names. This is a forum for you to speak up and just get something off your chest. You share. Sassy Debbie, I married a godly man now. Sassy Debbie, I am so proud for you, sweetheart. I'm just going to call you Debbie, but I love Sassy. Sassy's so cute. Anyways, I'm just telling y'all, say whatever you feel. And remember, I'm going to try to make it through these stories. So if I miss one of your comments and you see that I hadn't approached it, keep going and write it again. Do whatever you got to do to get my attention. But I'm trying so hard not to cry. Anyway, so let's see. I lived across from a post office in Glencoe, Alabama. And at 3 o'clock every day, I knew to have laundry done, and I knew to have supper done. And one of my friends come over one day, and it was a little after 2. And she says, Celena, stop. Wait, stop a minute and visit with me. And I remember what I was wearing. I had on a green suit with black designs on the top and the bottoms. I remember distinctly what I was wearing. And she said, Celena, stop a minute and visit with me. What in the world? I mean, and I said, you don't understand. I have to have supper ready by 3. And I just, in my mind, knew what would happen, if supper wasn't ready and the laundry wasn't done. And, anyways, so uh, she knew eventually because when I was in the floor, that's a later story, getting kicked to pieces. I mean, I remember thinking, how am I going to get out of the floor? I'm being kicked so hard, so quick, But this was the 90s. And you just you didn't want to turn your family against the man you said I do to, so you keep staying married and you tell the least people you can, and you keep on doing that thing where you think you can change them. You know what I mean? Anyway, so uh, like I said, I had a dislocated shoulder. I had carpet burns on my cheeks this side. I had carpet burns on my knees. Um, I had to cover holes everywhere. And so tonight is to tell you that's not even the end of it. Tonight is to tell you this is, in my opinion, with Celena. And it's not always. Hey, David Blaley, love you, buddy. It's not always good. When you go to give your opinion about something, I need to tell women out there that wasn't even the worst. He started making me call in for him and, to his job. And I thought, and I even actually said to him, I don't know where that bravery come from because it didn't last long. I'll be honest with you. I turned into a spineless wimp as soon as he raised his voice. But anyways, he said, call into work for me. Tell him my back is hurting. And I was like, well, you can call, can't you? And that didn't go over well. Anyways, I would go into work and I would come home when I was at that time in healthcare. And this was the 90s. And anyways, and so when I got home from third shift in the mornings, like I said, I've worked third shift all my life, y'all, years and years. And I came in from work and him and his friends were sitting all around the living room suite. And I remember little things like I had picked out that living room suit at Farmer's Furniture, and I thought it was the most beautiful living room suit. It was burgundy and off like a cream, burgundy and cream, and I was so proud to be making payments on that so it would be mine. And I come in from working my scrubs that morning, and him and his friends were sitting all in the chairs. And I thought not only he, but I thought one of his friends would say, hey, you just got off work. Let you sit down. And I said, well, y'all scoot over and let me sit down. He said, you can sit on the floor. Now, keep in mind, he had quit his job by then because he had me call in so many times to his job to make, they finally fired him. So I was the only one working. But anyways, so one night, like I said, I sit on the floor at my own house. It's kind of laughable now, but anyway, so needless to say, one night at work, he called me and they said, Celena, you have a phone call. And I picked up the phone and he said, my best friend has had a motorcycle wreck and I need to go to Georgia. And I said, okay, do you need me to go with you? Because I knew his friend and I wanted to be supportive. I said, do you need me to go with you? I'll just tell my boss. And he said, no, I'm leaving right now. So later on, the next day, I called his mother and said, how is so-and-so? And she said, what do you mean? And I said, is he okay from the motorcycle wreck? Did he make it? And he said, he just come by here yesterday. What do you mean he had a motorcycle wreck? Anyways, needless to say, I confronted him about that when he did finally show up at home. And I had some kitchen water soaking. I told y'all in the kitchen I had the kind with 2 sinks. one for the dirty side, one to rinse. And it's funny how you remember small details. Um, but anyways, he took my head, and the sink was behind me, and he did a took my body and made me do a back bend, and he tried to drown, drown me in the kitchen sink. This is not to get pity. This is to lead you to something I want to say. Um, anyways, I thought he's fixing to drown me, and he's got me bent over, and my head's in the kitchen sink of water. And when I cut my eyes to the side, and I looked, and I seen my dish drainer. I seen my dish drainer sitting there, and I said, there's knives. There's steak knives. But what goes through your mind, I had the frame of mind to just know. I said, I'm going to make it, But if you take those knives, and that's what was going through my mind while I was looking at those steak knives with my hand in the water, was if I grabbed those steak knives out of the kitchen dish drainer, it could go back on me. You know what I mean? That's that quick of a change. And anyways, I mean that's how things go these days. I'm sorry to say, sometimes the justice system, and he was so smart. Oh, y'all, he was so smart. He would take and make sure when he poked me, I mean hard, he would do it under, like at my chest bones and stuff, and he would poke me real hard, and I would have just black and blue fingerprints all over me. Anyways, I finally said, it'll change my life if I reach for those knives. Anyways, I got out of that situation due to 4 amazing oh my God, I can't speak. So sorry. I swear it ain't for pity. And you'll see why in a minute. This is not pity. This is disgust on my part that I was stupid enough to hang in there. Anyways, but I got out of it because one night while he was gone, 4 amazing brother-in-laws named George, nicknamed Son, David, Dwight, and Todd. They were all married to my sisters, and they were ready. They were not cocky. They were not out to hurt him. But if he showed up, they were ready. They just wanted to get me out. But anyways, I told y'all it had got real bad. By the time that I had been out a while, I had found out, because, women don't look under trailers and stuff like that. Women don't pay attention to the under part of the trailer. He had sewed my axles under my trailer, all this. And I had one of those nice trailers with 2 bathrooms and this huge garden tub and china cabinets. I mean, it was built in real nice, and I was so proud of it. But anyways, needless to say, my 4 absolutely, they have no idea how much I love them. Brother-in-law showed up. I'm trying not to look at the screen because I'll cry harder than I'm crying now. Anyways, they showed up. They loaded my stuff up, and they got me to safety. And to me, you cannot get any more of a human Superman than those 4 brother-in-laws. You just can't do it. And anyway, so I got to thinking about that, and I said, tonight I'm going to tell some of the things, y'all. Now, that was not counting my body. He would break break parts of furniture. Like I had an antique bedroom suit, and he literally broke the bedroom suit with my back. Uh, anyways, stuff like that. It got really, really bad. I mean, it got bad. Anyway, so let's move on to something that make me stop crying. So my purpose is to say this. I wanted a partner, and when I had to clear this up because people are thinking I'm anti-man. I'm not anti-man. I'm so scared. I am so scared, y'all, that I'm going to come across another person that looks at me eye to eye and says, I love you, long enough to get me in that home and to get that door locked and for me to go through the things I did before. Anyways, it was bad. And so the reason that I say, people have been private messaging me saying, do I have anything against men, and why am I anti-marriage, and why am I, they don't understand that after so many times of thinking that you are, being going to be loved and respected, that you're not. And it's so scary. It's so scary, and you don't know what else to do. So, anyways, needless to say, I didn't do all that for pity. Here's what I want to tell everybody from Celena's opinion tonight. And that is, if you are going through anything, the poking of the chest, I mean under the clothing, the getting in your face. They love getting in the face, touching your face and pushing your body and slamming you back against the wall and hitting your back, the very end of your spine right there with doorknobs. I mean, I'm just telling you, I don't care how small, if they start cussing you, if they start doing things that a man should not do, you know what I'm talking about. Poking you, not allowing you to sit down in your own home by asking one of his buddies to get up and sit down on the furniture that you're paying on. Little things, y'all. Look for little things. This is a very special opinion show to me because if one person hears it, listen closely. First of all, go to them and say, and make sure somebody's there, because it could end bad. Make sure you told somebody about it. But anyways, tell them I've told somebody what's happening here at home. And if that does not work, and probably it won't, because y'all know you can't change people. You try, but if they're not going to change on their own for the good, they're usually not going to change. Anyways, if you don't think that that will help, and I don't advise it, because it gives them that one more chance to hurt you and possibly take your life. So take a small envelope. I don't care if it's a sandwich bag, a storage bag. I don't care what it is. You take whatever it is you can get your hands on. And I don't care if it is 5 cents, 50 cents, $1. Start hiding that. They used to tell you to tape it up, like open a drawer, like my drawer right here, and take it and tape it up under the top, like so that if you open the drawer, you can't see a money envelope or anything in your chest drawer or anything. But, and I know the men are listening too, but the one place that I have found that a man does not look so carefully at is the clothes in his closet that he never wears. Now, when this show ends, if all the men go and check their clothing in their pockets in their own closet, just consider it good exercise. I'll be sitting back giggling But in the meantime, that's what I did. I thought, where is the least place that they wouldn't find a money bag or a little cash that I've put up for, my emergency getaway? Where is, you know, and I got to thinking, and the shoes that's in his side of the closet that he never wears, and the shirts or the pants or the suit that he never wears, but yet it's in his closet. Think about that. So, but listen, CWLENAGARRETT You reach out to me. I'll give you my phone number. I will do whatever I have to do to help you out of this situation, because I don't want anybody going through a fraction of what I went through. And y'all, I left out a lot of ugly, ugly, ugly stuff, believe me. So listen, if you don't take anything from this message, know this: there is not the 1-800 numbers on the TV. You don't know these people. You know it's just a line to, talk to, and we'll help you get out. But it's a lot of red tape, and it's going to be taking him to court, and he'll come back and retaliate. I mean, if you sincerely are being harmed and you need any help whatsoever, please reach out to Southern Belle Bigfoot or CWLENAGARRETT@gmail.com. I'll give you my phone number and we'll get you out. Now, I missed a lot of comments. I was trying not to cry. I left a lot of ugly, ugly, uglier stuff out. Let's see what we got here. I just want you to know, they think they're being cute, but what they do comes back at you. Okay, let's see. I'm married. I don't have closet space, but the wife sure does. Laugh out loud. Well, Keith, that just means you're a good husband if you gave her more closet space. But y'all keep in mind, especially if you had a strict parent that yelled, that right before you get angry and start to have a discussion and it's heated with your wife, even if you don't raise a hand to her, okay? Y'all keep in mind that the volume matters a lot. When you go to speak to your spouse or your partner, even your children, y'all think, try to catch yourself a minute and think, wait, that's how her daddy hollered, or wait, that's how her ex-husband hollered at her. Speak to them with respect, because I promise you, if you push it too far, you're going to lose that person. You're going to lose them. Not saying that I was a prize, but you will lose that person. So the person that sent me the private messages asking me, was I anti-man and did, I was against marriage. I love that there are happily married couples out there. And I know everybody argues. But y'all, for me, as my friend, when you go to approach your spouse, male or female, please approach them with a lower tone of voice, or you can talk to them without touching them or poking them or pushing them or bullying them, or, we love you, Celena, and we'll never judge you, even if you would have done something, because I know I sure would have. Sharon Guy, I said that was then, that's not me now. But I love you, Sharon. I love you, sweetheart. Y'all just, let's see, my wife's ex was an abuser, drunk. Well, let me tell you, David, this is David G. Blalick I'm talking about on Old Line Cryptid, y'all. I'm telling you right now that I haven't personally seen anything from this man that would let me know that he would ever raise his hand to his wife. I just don't feel he would. And so, David, I appreciate and love you, buddy. People are so judgmental. Sharon Guy, you're telling the truth about that. Jen from Eddie and Jen. Celena, it took Eddie to come along to find love again, but believe me, it wasn't easy. He was patient. I just love y'all. Jen, you're so precious, and I love Eddie, and tell him hello, and I love him. my second wife found out the grass was greener on bullcrap. It ain't never greener. It looks greener for a little while, then the green grass starts fading. It was because that's where the septic system was. Oh my gosh, you're so funny. Thank you for making me laugh. Thank you so much. T-Bone. Hey, T-Bone. I hope I hadn't, I sound terrible. I shed some tears, but I'm telling y'all that in 2000 was the last time, 2000, 25 years ago was the last time anybody's ever laid their hands on me. 25 years ago. This old gal changed real quick. So I'm just telling you, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, I missed somebody. Hold up. I don't want to miss nobody. Go back up. Go up. Go up. Go up. Go up. Who done this? I think I just did something to David Blaylock's name. What'd I do? Anyways, didn't mean to, Bubba. You know I love you. I don't know what I just did. I'm trying to go up on my arrows to read the comments that I missed above, and it's not letting me go up. Sapsucking son of a gun. T-Bone, David, peace. David, love you. Keith, I know. Mickey G, we love you, Southern Belle. Bigfoot, thank you for covering this subject. Hello, Brother Gary. Amen and hallelujah, David. David, I doubt. I'm serious. I mean, I've spoke to David personally, and I'm telling you, I just do not ever picture, even if they have disagreements, I do not picture David Blaylock ever raising his hand or doing anything disrespectful to his wife during a discussion or argument. I'm just telling you, that's why we jive as friends, me and David Blaylock, because he has the laid back personality, and I just think that's awesome. All right, let's see. Jen from Eddie and Jen, my daughter's dad was abusive, so I totally understand, and I raised watching my mom being abused by her boyfriends. Jen, hug Eddie even tighter, would you? And you tell him one of those hugs is from Southern Belle Bigfoot, because listen, it's a sight. Love you, Celena Vale. Anyways, I know that this wasn't, jaw dropping, my nose bloody, kind of, the drama people want to hear, but I didn't tell y'all a lot. Bathroom floors, trying to lock myself in the bathroom, the door being kicked in, me sitting there on the by the commode trying to hide and all that kind of stuff. Hey, everyone, I love all of you. Hi, Celena. Hey, Lanita, we love you. Anyways, let's see. I got Mickey G and Lanita, and let's see, Debbie says, don't go to authorities, just my opinion. Someone called Children's Services over my father abusing me, and they went and told my dad, and it got a lot worse. My dad was hospitalized six times for alcohol. Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry, baby. You have always been so strong, Celena. I wasn't younger, Melissa. I love you, and thank you for saying that. But, baby, I wished I would have been. But from 18, which is what, 89, to the year 2000, I was absolutely a doormat, a human punching bag and doormat. But in 2000 was the last time a man laid his hands on me. So I love you, Melissa, and thank you for saying that. Kristen, love it. I love you so much. Mickey G saying, hey, Sharon, my Rose of Sharon. Lanita, hello, hon. Good to see you. Let's see. Making sure we got everybody, and we want to thank T-Bone for joining us too. Y'all know I love not anybody's names. Jen from GD Eddie and Jen. If y'all checked out Old Line Cryptids and Jen from Eddie and Jen the vlogs, God was your strength, Celena. He absolutely was. If people just knew, they have no idea. But anyways, so I didn't want to do this big, long, huge, poor, pitiful me thing. The tears were because I had to remember that mess. But y'all look at my smile now. I've been crying. My nose is running and cried all my makeup off. But I am so happy is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Because, like I said, I got out of that. And again, CWLEMAGARRETT@gmail.com. Oh my gosh, there's Andrew and Gnomes. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, female Bigfoots. He's trying to make me laugh, I think. Anyways, okay. So every one of y'all knows I love you. We've been running for 40 minutes. That's about right. Just say, Celena, you got it off your chest. And that's a good thing. Thank you, precious Sharon. And yes, I did. And yes, hello, T-Bone. Glad you shared. God brought us all together. I'm trying to let anybody that runs across this show, Mickey G, Roger Blair, love y'all so much. And Jen, please hug Eddie for me. And big love, fellow footers. Absolutely. Just know this. It doesn't matter if they start out poking, if they won't give you a seat to sit down, if they won't even ask their friends, or they won't get up and give you a seat to sit down in your own house after you finish a shift, that's a red flag, people. A red flag that just went right over my head, because my mama stayed with my daddy for 50 something years. And she just, arguments was arguments and love was love. And you just never left. You know what I'm saying? So love scares me, is what I'm trying to tell you. Love for a partner scares me. So I just wanted to get on here and tell anybody that has ever been touched by a man and still getting touched by a man, and that touch hurts. Please reach out to Southern Belle Bigfoot. Please get my email and message me, and I will do everything I can. And to like David said, all of my fellow Bigfooters, I love y'all so much. I was Budweiser Beer Man yesterday, Cajun Sharon Shrimp, Banjo Christmas music. Andrew is hilarious. Okay, hugs to you all. Y'all know I love you. And y'all know I'm here anytime. Anybody in chat, every one of you knows I love you. So reach out, okay? If you need me for anything, a biscuit, a hug, a ride, it don't matter. I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm sorry it was a serious subject, but I just felt like, oh, Harold Denton. Oh my gosh. My Colorado ZR2 has 35-inch tall tires. Ladies, I can help you disappear any trashy man who abuses you. I can drive you most remote forestry roads in southern Appalachian mountains. I love you. I absolutely love you. Thank you for saying that, Harold Denton. You are my hero. Yes, everybody take care. Mickey G, Tim Mitchell, David, Sharon, Pops, Gary. You know how much I love y'all. Melissa, Kristen Beloved, Sharon, the other Sharon, Sassy, Debbie, all y'all. Thank you for letting me vent, and please call me if you need me. I'm right here to love you so much. I got to leave before I cry.